Hey, good evening and welcome back, my children of the night. Welcome back to I Wanna Hug the Gator. I Wanna Hug the Gator. I Wani a lot. Okay, so last week... Wait. Oh, whoops. No, I did have my headphones on. Turn on. Turn on. Okay, so it's been a while. It's gonna be a little hard to recap everything. All I remember is we went to the arcade. I mean, obviously we're talking to this mean girl here, Mia the bitch, or Maya. I think it's Maya. Maya. Let me look it up real quick so I don't sound like an idiot like I usually do.
In English is Mia. Do you disagree? Let me know in the comments. Do you pronounce it as Maya? Some people may pronounce it as Maya indeed, and it'd be very interesting to hear the proportion for...
Okay, well, you know what? I'm just gonna call her Maya. I don't know what I called her before, but whatever. I'm just that kind of guy. Took you too long enough. But yeah, we were at an arcade. We got a little closer with our Gator girl here, and yeah, I can't. I'm sorry, it's been such a long time. Last week has been horrible for me. There's a reason why I didn't stream last Friday. Yeah. I expected more from Olivia. Something's more graphic and gore and bloody. Instead, Olivia rolls herself the rest of the way, taking her designated spot at the head of the table. Uh-oh. I take the spot adjacent to her, all while keeping a wary eye on the pink Paracelophus. She's more red than pink, though. It seems like Maya's rage against me has simmered down over time, but that air of uncertainty and uneasiness still wavered around her. Best I can do is act friendly. Hey, Maya. Is there something you need? Your head on a pike. Need? Nah. Just here to catch up with my good pal here. While the red-scaled menace turns toward Olivia, her own eyes remain locked on her soggy chicken she's eating mechanically. Mechanically? How does that work? I thought you were asking Liz for her homework, though. That too. Also, I'm standing up and I'm not going to be standing too long because my leg still hurts. Funny story, which I might get into later, but my legs are kind of fucked up right now. Right. Here, guys. A pair of soda cans are rolled down the table, and I think Raptor Christ, I'm able to catch it before they ram into my tray of questionable lunch meat. Why do they always do that? They don't like tell you what meat you're getting. Obviously, it's meatloaf. It's usually made out of ground beef. I don't know why people like talk shit about meatloaf at school. I tried it a few times. It's not the worst thing, but no, I mean it's not the best thing, but it's also not the worst thing. That's what I meant. It's not. I don't know. I guess it depends on which schools you go to. The one I went to is pretty good. I really enjoyed the pizza there. You guys are taking a while, so I grabbed the drinks today. No, you didn't. Maya gave those to you. Well, she did it because I thought about doing it. She's trying to bribe you for math answers I helped you with earlier. Lizzie, I can't believe you would imply something like that about me. But it's true. Hey, free soda is free soda, man. At any rate, real reason I'm here is... Say, Olivia, you leave your phone at home or something? People are trying... Wait, yeah, people are trying to contact you all day. Oh. Olivia pulls her phone from her jacket pocket. I catch a glimpse of her wallpaper, a comical portrait of guts that she probably doodled. Yeah, I ran out of service for the month. What the hell? You don't got proper monthly plan? Honey, hate to break it to you, but we all struggle with shit like that. I have a job and I'm still struggling. I got more important things to be doing than this, you know. If they want to see Olivia so bad, why send you and not just show up and set? Shut it! Okay. I forgot. I'm the beta male here. Who's so important for all this anyways? What do you think, Ben? Ben wants to talk to Olivia? Oh, Ben wants to talk to Olivia. Why does he want to talk to Olivia? Is this 20 freaking questions? No, it's 30 freaking questions. How the hell should I know what's really going on between my boyfriend and Hot Wheels here? All that matters to me is if Olivia here is gonna fix it or not. Yes, she'll magically get the money to pay her phone. I'll think about it. Ugh, whatever. I'm out of here. Smell you later, Gator. Okay, Gary, or Blue. Maya storms off, leaving Olivia looking very sour. Looking like the meme where she licks a lemon and scrunches her face up. Things alright with Ben? Olivia rests her arms on the table and slumps her head in. I don't want to talk about it. Where'd her bright mood from before go? Well, anyways, Damien, you really shouldn't condone cheating. Even with something as simple as math homework. No, I condone it. I'm right there with you. But you helped me with it. That's different. I'm your girlfriend. I helped you with it, and I think you're getting something out of it. Like the answers. What I mean is, in comparison, Maya's just trying to be lazy and she's only cheating herself. Oh, no, that's her. What I mean is, in comparison, Maya's just trying to be lazy and she's only cheating herself. She cheated. She didn't win. She gained nothing. What's that quote? I like that quote, but I keep forgetting it. look at this. I freaking love that. Oh, there it is. You cheated. Not only the game, but yourself. You didn't grow, you didn't improve. You took a shortcut and gained nothing. You experienced a hollow victory. Nothing has rest and nothing was gained. It's sad that you don't know the difference. Wow. Who said all that? Also, I do kind of feel that whenever I used an action replay back then on some of my games, specifically for like Mario games, but like Mario and really hard games. Other than that, all I really used it for was like to get certain things like event Pokemon and event items in Pokemon games that you can no longer get. Or in my case, being a small kid, I could never get up to GameStop with my folks, so I can never get certain Pokemon like the shiny Pikachus. Or not Pikachus, Pichus. What's the issue then? What's the issue? Yeah, I get a free soda. Someone you hate tricks herself into staying stupid, and everyone thinks they win. It's great. You scare me sometimes, Damien. Hey, I scare myself. Guess I'll have to ask Ben what's going on if I see him later. In the meantime, Olivia's depression only keeps getting more and more dour. I try to think of something to help her cheer up, but I keep coming up with dead ends on just what could work here. I could make her a silly face. Like, I literally have mannequin's face, so I can just draw anything on me. There's gotta be something. I can't just leave her in such a sour mood. I gotta leave her in a sweet mood. Oh, how about that? Hey, so what's the deal with your phone background? Oh, you noticed it? She flips her phone. Oh, she flips her phone on and shows me her background. Oh, we don't even get to see it? Aw, it's a little doodle of guts. Yeah, I drew it up the other day. Got the curves just right, first try, so it's pretty cool. Lucky you. I'll bet. Is he with you today? Nah, I left him at home. Everybody was like, you bring your rat to school? How often do you bring him? Not often. Maybe once or twice a semester. And even then, it's just when I'm bored. Like today when I was talking to Maya. Although, once he was just in my hoodie when I left for school. Oh, once he was just in my hoodie when I left for school. Wait, what? Unexpected. It was. Here, I got some pics saved. The screen displays a small creature sat atop the desk with a skinny tail clutched to its chest tightly. Does that happen? I don't know why, but he holds his tail like that all the time. Yeah, is that something that rats really do? I wouldn't mind if they were like that cute, but I don't know. I've never really been that big on rats. I feel Damien and Liz hovering behind me. Well, Liz is always hovering over me. Their eyes locked into the adorably fat creature on the screen. You know, it's gotta be really nice for the dinos like Liz here, because like at the very start of life, you're gonna be taller than everybody, technically. I don't know who coos. Probably oh, okay. But Olivia rolls her eyes and swipes to the next picture of the cute pet, now in a transparent ball and looking confused. He's not a guinea pig, or gerbil. I think it's mostly gerbils. I think those clear balls kind of hurt their backs too. I don't know. For the remaining minutes of lunch, we just huddled around Olivia's phone, entranced by her sweet little rat, as it did the most mundane things. Like hold a gun and eat the gym teacher What did I see? The gym teachers. Gym teacher's freaking scary in this game. Yet, Gus' method of doing them was way too undeniably cute. And that's what really got us and made time fly faster than we could even notice. I didn't even get to eat my lunch. Ding dong, bing bong. I blink a couple of times and stretch my arms and legs as I get up from my desk. Miss Brockling really knows how to make 40 minutes feel like 80. Just like work. Well, at least it's time to practice painting. For real. Wait, no. Idacon wrote me into the photo shoot. Can't practice painting. Can't get good at anything. Why is it every time I try to actually improve, something like this happens? Been there, done that. At this rate, I'll never get good enough to get a real following. I haven't gotten to actually have a whole afternoon to practice at all. Still, there's no way in hell I'm missing this. I ended up meeting with Ben and Idacon, right as he was locking his classroom. While our teacher made the assignments, internship, apprenticeship. While he had made all sound simple, I was still subjected to some paperwork. Something about liability waiver or something. Uh-oh. You know, in case something happens to us, like a surprise attack by 5 teenagers in multicolored spandex. Is that supposed to be a reference to something? Is that a reference to Power Rangers? I don't know. I wonder if that happens often. We still filled the form out as the instructor gave us an overview of just what exactly Ben and I would be doing. Pretty snapshot, not painted or anything. There's a few structures out here, save for the one on the edge of the cliff. Wait. There's few. Oh yeah, there's a few structures out there. Okay, never mind. Ben's the first one out of the cramped car with an armful of telescoping black stands. Okay, I thought it said awful for a minute. I followed his example, unloading the vehicle. Like I should. Hey, look at this cruelly drawn cameras. No, I'm not gonna knock it. Alright, I'm gonna put my desk down because my leg friggin' hurts. This is actually really killing me right now. It's bad for me because I feel like I read a little better standing up. Alright, you two. You remember what you were doing tonight? Yes, sir. After we set a photo station in the corner of the hall, we'll be taking turns walking the reception, taking pictures of the guests. Perfect. I'll be waiting with the wedding party the entire time. I'll be getting wasted while you do all the work. So, if you need me, just look for a gaggle of similarly dressed women screeching and you'll find me. Oh, you friggin' horn dog. He grins as he... Is that really all why you're at this wedding? He grins as he helps carry the last of the lightest equipment from the trunk. Friggin' asshole. Remember, this is actual work, so be polite, be efficient, but most importantly, have fun. Ben and I sit upright at attention, ready for any order our teacher will give us. Have fun. Wow. It really was it. But not too much fun. Just a little bit. Not as much fun as I'm having. Trust me, the clients will appreciate it more. They'll appreciate you pretending to have fun. Hey Roxanne, how are you? What are you doing with those? You ain't right. Finally finished with unloading, I inhaled the mixed aroma of ocean and flowers. And cake that's by the ocean. While I find the scent energizing, Ben seems to have the exact opposite reaction. I hate cake and ocean. His brows pinch together in disgust as he tries in futility to fan away the air with one hand while covering his nose with the other. I think I'm going to be sick with the next... Wait, I think I'm going to be sick. Oh, I'm going to be the sick one next with this weather. Oh, he was talking about Inca, okay. Well, like, no one else got sick while I was sick. At least the view's great. That, it is, yeah. Mr. Idekin leads us through a small garden, out front and into the reception hall. Sorry I keep pausing, I don't know why I'm having so much trouble with this. Who's flipping me off? How does nobody question why Inko looks like that? Why he's bald or a mouth? Oh, he has a mouth in some scenes. I don't know. You should see Anon. He's a complete mannequin. Though he has a mouth and eyes sometimes. Alright, let me take a drink. Alright. It's a spacious wedding tent, adorned with all sorts of Florida and high-end lighting, keeping the place warm and lit. It's lit! Yeah! Okay, you guys know how to set up here. Yeah, I'm going to get to business by hitting on all of the available chicks here. Yes, sir. He leaves us stepping into the ongoing ceremony with a primed camera and tripod. He's also going there with the camera stand as well. Ben and I exchange a single glance before we both resign ourselves to our fate. First on the list is the telescopic stands for the cameras. From experience, it doesn't take us long to get those in place. Next are the reflectors and the strobe lights, all packed in heavy cases that had to be hauled inside. But my third case, I'm already exhausted by my third case. Shoot, I thought gym class would have prepared me for this. Yeah, seems like when you work out, it doesn't, well, always work out for you in the end. That, or you just have to do it forever, and your strength will increase by a little bit. It's not like in games where you'll just get jacked within a few turns. By the way, how are you doing, Roxanne? Bzzzt. My phone buzzes. My spider sense tingle. Might as well take a breather. Opening up the notification, I discover it's from Olivia. Hey Shades. Hi Olivia, you got service back? Oh, I lied about that. Saw you leave with Idacon after school. I got jelly. What's up with that? You cheating on me? I'm helping him with a wedding photo shoot. You? At a wedding? Don't judge me. Did Idacon give you a better jacket for it? My jacket is cool enough. So where at? Well, wow, he types quicker than me. Teach said it was someplace called Clarkson Lookout on the way over. Wait, really? I hate that place. That place has a bunch of scenic views. If you see any good landscape shots, take one for me. sure. If I get the time. Make time. I'll make time. No, do it now. Cute and threatening message received. Da 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 da. You got threatened. Jeez. Well, this is a good way. This is as good a spot as any. Sun's starting to set, so it makes some pretty nice atmosphere. Maybe Olivia wants to. Wait, maybe Olivia wants to paint another landscape. Oh, my freaking leg hurts, even while I'm sitting down. The heck is with this pain? Here, let me pop a few pills that gets rid of the pain temporarily and also shortens my lifespan a little bit. Pills here. Let me prop my leg up a little bit. Help. Okay, so taking a breather myself. Okay, last week wasn't exactly good because... Wait, hold on. Gulp. Alright, down the hatch. Okay, so last week wasn't exactly great because I got an e-bike from a place called Dick's Sporting Goods that's literally like right up the road at the mall for me. Some of you may have heard of it, some of you may like it, some of you might not like it. I'm kind of on the fence with Dick's. Okay, so yeah, I got an e-bike, and if you don't know what an e-bike is, it's an electronic bike, basically for like lazy people who don't like pedaling, and it has like a motor and everything. Kind of like me, which I like pedaling and stuff, but it gets very tiring. Basically got it because I wanted to use it for work, but many things happen. Apparently I'm very accident prone because I actually got injured on it along with my sister. It's the minute I got it home, I wanted to take my sister to like a little cafe, so I had her hop on. Not like a few feet of riding, we freaking cream into the ground, and both me and my sister injure our legs. Like really, really bad. So bad that my sister had to use like a cane a little bit at work, and I felt horrible. She kept telling me that it was just fine and everything, but I still felt like shit after that. Sorry, I know we're still playing a game, but I just wanted to tell a little bit about my story. So yeah, I hurt my leg. I got a huge freaking scrape on it. I hurt my hand. I hurt my pride. But a few of the reasons why it didn't work out so well, one of them was because I guess you can't have more than 260 pounds. I probably should have considered that. But come on, I'm kind of heavy, but my sister's not that heavy. She's really small. So there's no reason it would have done that. But secondly, the frigging handlebar wasn't secured properly. And I guess I was like leaning forward too much, and the handlebar just flipped forward. And so that's why we both went forward and crashed a little bit. But yeah, we crashed. The bike got really scuffed up. The left brake trigger frickin' snapped. So I literally had to take it in on the way to taking her to work. They fixed it. And I frickin' ripped them a new one because the guy he's kind of responsible for, you know, securing it. And so yeah, he did that. The kicker was that he thought they didn't have any more of those brake handles at the shop, so they'd have to order one in, and I would have had to pay out of pocket, but thankfully they found one. And if I did have to pay out of pocket, I really would have kicked some ass, because it broke because I got on an accident because of their incompetence. But anyway, with all that squared away, the night before work. I tried going in with it. I got pretty far, and then like halfway there, all of a sudden the bike starts acting weird. I look in the back, I notice the tire's completely flat. Apparently, I ran over a freaking screw. Like a regular old drywall screw. And it's like, I know people are assholes, but come on, you really have to throw those on the streets? But yeah, that was fucking horrible. Thankfully, I didn't get in any accidents or anything, but I had to walk the rest of the way to work, and I was late by a few minutes. Thankfully, it wasn't anything big. I could just replace the time with my personal time and everything, but it was still horrible. Granted, I was riding in the dead of night because I have to work from like 4:15 to 8:15 because I work at Amazon. But that still, what? First of all, the tires should be tougher than that. Secondly, who the hell's throwing screws around? So yeah, that wasn't a good time for me. So I've been having more woes than anything, so I came home. I was lucky to fit my bike into one of those bars in the front of the bus that regular bikes go into. I say I was lucky because only regular bikes can fit on those things. Apparently e-bikes can't, and the only reason mine fit was because of the flat tire. And even then, it was like a 50-50 chance that it would have fallen out while along with the bus ride back home. But thankfully it didn't. Otherwise, I'm sure it would have caused more problems. But yeah. I took it back to Dick's. Supposedly they didn't do refunds and stuff like that. So I was going in thinking just replace the tire. Probably pay out of pocket for that. But no, I talked to the manager. He was really cool about it. I told him everything. And surprisingly, he did a refund. I really appreciate that. I'm not going to like throw anybody out there. I'm not going to throw names because I don't want them getting in trouble. But I really appreciate the manager for doing that. So. But yeah, he seemed like a cool dude. Long story short, don't just get things because they look cool. Although at the same time, well, I did get it because it looked cool. But I was also hoping for like a little cheat way to get to work because I have to keep taking Ubers, and it's not exactly it's not exactly helping right now, especially when it's like $100 a week because it's like 20 to get up there. I take the bus home, which is like $2, but yeah, but yeah, rent's coming up, so I think being able to get a refund was a blessing in itself. I still feel like shit because I could have just said no the first time and saved me and my sister all the pain. But I don't know. I really did have fun on that thing, and I actually felt really bad because I literally only had it for like not even one day, and it was already doing so much shit to me. But I really had a lot of fun riding around. I got to a lot of places quickly. I got from the mall back home in like half the time that it would take just walking up there. And yeah, usually get signs like that. This is probably a sign to get my money back and not do that again, and just wait a bit before I try again, which I will eventually get an e-bike. Aside from those little problems, I really did have a lot of fun. It's very useful. And who knows, maybe when I get a new one, I will try to go to work next time with it, but either take it slowly or see if I can get some shifts for the daytime, because again, I was doing it at nighttime, and while it did have a light on it, which makes everything very convenient, I don't know, you can't really see anything. can't see glass, or yeah, I was more worried about glass than a fucking screw. It's like, seriously, guys, come on. No wonder the Earth is fucked. I just don't get it, because it was like it was like buried deep in there from like the point first. It was like actually nailed right into the tire, and I don't understand how that would happen. If anything, if I ran over a screw, it would have like rolled on the side or something. I can't figure out how it would be like wedged deep into the tire like that. I just find it funny that something like that would actually happen. So, but yeah, because of that, me and my sister were pretty banged up, and I've been in some serious pain, and I was not just the pain, but I was also in a deep state of depression Friday, so that's why I didn't stream. And kind of why I didn't stream Saturday, but also everybody was busy. So yeah, so I hope you guys are okay with that. But yeah, I'm still in a bit of pain, and now you guys know why. Okay, back to the game. The distance I see a few sailboats and yachts. Farther beyond a freighter or two. Oh, farther beyond a freighter or two. The seas sure are crowded these days. I take a picture and send it over to Olivia. Thanks. Oh. I can't picture thanking me like that in reality. Oh, I can't picture thanking me like that in reality. The thought alone of her doing something in it's so sweet a manner. Hey, go. This thing weighs like 80 pounds. I'm not doing all the work. Oh, right. I let my camera hang loose around my... Hang loose, buddy! While assisting Ben with setting up the last of the standing reflectors. Setting up meant not only the cameras, but a large chunk of the incomplete decor prep. Which meant carrying out loads and loads of heavy cases, loaded with strobes, reflectors, cloth sheets, and so many telescoping pole stands. And dildos. Wait, what? Following his instructions, Ben had set up a small red carpet path leading to a glamour shot station. And meanwhile, I was finishing making sure the marked out spots within the room had the right combination of flash strobe and slash or reflector. I imagine he actually said slash. By the time our teacher had come back, I just placed the final light in position. Yeah, I did it, all me. You know, it's funny, I can't remember what the jacket was called, but I know it was a bomber jacket. Working at Amazon, I don't know if I'm allowed to disclose this, but I kind of work with return items, making sure that they look okay before, you know, putting them in a bag and shipping them off around the store. But I saw a coat that looks kind of like Inko's. I actually saw it today, so it's kind of ironic. As guests start walking down Ben's handmade path, I skirt along in a skirt the edge of my burrowed-in high camera. The DSLR's click are muted compared to the chattering guests. And while I think I managed to catch some decent shots, I'm just not really feeling it today. Yeah, I've had that so much. Is something wrong with me? And voila! Ben was having a much easier time working at the makeshift studio to build in the corner. Couples would simply walk up and stand before the backdrop of the massive window to the cliffside and the ocean. And Ben had a brilliant idea to not only set up Idacon's lone camera, but also his own so he captured the couples from 2 angles at once. Show off. He looked happy with each and every shot he took, and the people always chatted him up right after. Here I am doing my best not to scowl as I look over the blurry shots I had messed up. Wow, Inko. You're really a waste space of life. Blur because my hands are shaking. Too much coffee. I guess I'm I hadn't noticed until now that my main message app had been going off. Wait. I thought it was on vibrate. Weird. So, is it going well? Hardly. I think Ben's turning it into competition. Are you winning, son? No, not really. Beat him for me? Puppy eyes. Aw. That wasn't a real message. Beat him over the head for me. I try to ignore my phone for now. I don't think anything will calm my nerves at this point. That feeling of anxiety only grows as time marches on. I can't seem to get any pictures just right. Ben zooming around as efficiently as he isn't helping. Well, that's not all. Olivia's messes are just throwing me off. Damn it, girl! Just break his flashing stick thingy, lol. Then his pics will be super dark. How out of date is Olivia to think we still use flash pans? Or lock him in the bathroom or something. That'll work. I don't think that's sportsmanlike or legal. Or just kill him. That's definitely not legal. Oh, I just remembered. I need another pic. Can you try shoving him into the wedding cake and taking a pic of him smashed on the floor? I need it for, science. Muse. That. Do it for me? Puppy face. Come on, that's just violent. Just barely within my peripheral vision, I spot a perfect shot of an older couple of the parent. Wait. I spotted an older couple, the parents of the groom, I believe. Oh, okay. There, that's a good chance. I bring the borrowed camera up to look through the viewfinder and see my mom? Parents have already moved away into another group. Camera slips from my grip, but luckily the next strap holds it safely against my chest. And then it just disappears. Okay, I need a break. I find an appropriate place to sneak outside and go around the building, slumping down against the brick siding. It's really twilight now. The ocean's reflection of the sun is getting very close to being the real thing. My phone buzzes once more and something in me jumps. It's not fear, though. Just wish I knew what it was. It's love. Olivia... It was just beeping! So, which is it? Is it on vibrate, or is it on beep? Olivia sends a video of Guts running around a maze she put together using cardboard and school supplies. Aw. When he comes out the other end, she gives him a grape to bite into in her palm. But he accidentally bites her palm. Aw. I was never really fond of rodents, but seeing Olivia's videos and little doodles is really starting to sway me. There's something about seeing Olivia having such a strong bond with Guts and caring for him that warms my heart. Yeah. It's hard to believe that this is the same girl that used to give me nothing but icy stares when I first met her. I'm glad she feels comfortable enough with me to let her defenses down and be herself. As I continue snapping photos, my start trek round the hall to find good photo ops leads me to the stage where the DJ once was. DJ's got us dancing again. Wait, no. I wanted to make that joke, but I can't remember what the real line was. Oh, DJ's got us falling in love again. Yeah, there we go. DJ's got us falling in love again. Yeah. Shame that I can't get any good shots of him while he was here. Maybe Ben got some decent pictures. Looking through the camera lens, I see that there's a gentleman sitting on the steps that lead up to the stage, finishing off a cigarette. Yeah, that's a good time to do that. There's someone over on the steps taking a deep drag of a cigarette and blowing the smoke up towards the window. A truly iconic display of suavity. That's a word. Before I knew it, I've taken several shots. Then he glared and flipped me off. He seemed like he wants to be left alone, but doesn't mind Hey kid. Oh yeah. Also, this guy is from Snook Game as well. He's a taxi driver. At least I'm pretty sure it's the same dude. It looked like him. At least get my good side, will you? Oh. I stepped closer, readjusting my camera setting and scrambling for an explanation. Sorry about that. I was unsure if you wanted the attention. Yeah, it's alright. People say I got a kind of resting bitch face. Oh, I can't lie. Pretty exhausted, kid. You don't have a resting bitch face. You look all happy and smiles. Especially after I had to carry the new missus down the aisle all the way to the car. Oh, so this is the groom. Did you just not see him get hitched, or did you come after the wedding? So, you gonna take a photo or what? Gonna take a photo of me plowing the missus? Come on, I know you're a cook. Or I'm not doing your girlfriend, but you like watching people do other girls. There is a certain demographic of beta males that are into that stuff, right? They don't do sex, they just like watching other guys bang other women. That is the thing, right? Alright, sorry. Oh, shit, I didn't mean to do that. Okay. I raise my camera. The groom takes a thinker-esque pose, taking a drag from his cigarette. I'm thinking. After a few clicks and a couple of slight adjustments to my position, I believe I got some pretty good shots in there. There we are. The groom blows a plume of smoke from his mouth before I lean over to see the pictures. Thank you. Smells like a Vegas hotel, and I've never been to Vegas. I give the groom time to look at each photo thoroughly before moving to the next one. He was a pretty good kid. Managed to make this mug of mine look halfway decent. He lets out a scratchy chuckle as he takes another puff of his cigarette before snuffing what little was left under the floor. Dude, that's a fire hazard. Thanks. Say, if you don't mind me asking, what are you doing all the way over here? You should be up there with your wife, banging her. It's your big day, isn't it? As the groom lets out another plume, he's already begun to dig up another cigarette from the ground. Lighting the new cig casually, he begins to inhale it. And keep inhaling it. And inhales all of it. Come on, dude. He holds up a finger as he continues inhaling until his cigarette is finished and he's finally exhaled a stream of lung cancer slowly over the course of 30 seconds. Wow. I smoke because I'm stressed. Sir? Of course it is. Just having a little rest is all. You know, before I get home and the wife starts telling me what to do. Because I'm a beta male too. I mean, this has been the happiest day of my life, but it's tiring as all hell. The missus is certainly having fun, and yet a few hours when we're in our new, no longer bachelor pad, I'll be listening to her as she moans about how sore she is. And then she'll want things like chocolate, and watch lady movies, and then want sex, and then a couple days later she'll be like, I'm pregnant, and I'll be like, ah, shit. The groom lets out another plume of smoke. Good lord. This time through his nostrils. I hate when people do that. It's so gross to look at. I don't know why. I'm sure it's like nothing to them, but I don't know. It's really gross watching smoke come out of their nose. I don't know, it's just ugh, gross. Would be even more impressive, make it come out your ass. But hey, that's the price I gotta pay. Holy matrimony and all that jazz. Wait. Price I gotta pay, holy match. Oh yeah. Definitely feels like the room is laying it on a bit thick to who essentially is a stranger to him. And yet, I understand what he means. You won't tell my wife anything, will you? You know, you've been going around the whole reception snapping photos. Why don't you take a break too? I mean, I kinda did. He motions his hand to the nearby stage as an Wait. He motions his hand to the nearby stage as an invisible seat. As an available seat. Did I read that right? I settle myself on the stage as the groom then fiddles with a small packet, looking closer. It's a still sealed pack of cigarettes. Good lord, dude. Yeah, Oof. Are you trying to kill yourself? You already told me a bit about you, you know. Who? Your camera teacher, whatever he's called at your school. Says you're a good kid and all. A little bit clueless. Ouch. Hey! The groom lets out another guffaw as he cracks open the pack of cigs and plucks out a fresh cancer stick. His words, not mine. How do you know him? We've known each other for ages. Long, long ages. He actually helped me meet the missus. He's like talking to him. You know, the nurse here is very, very hot. Because, yeah, I guess it's the school nurse that hooked up with him. Funny how that works out. Whoa, Mr. Idacon was your wingman? Figuratively speaking. You always hate how I told him that. I'd given him a lift to some field trip he had to chaperone. Don't know why. He could have taken a school bus. A magic school bus. But as soon as I got there, I met the rest of his co-workers. Including my would-be wife, and then soon-to-be ex-wife. But the arrow prick tricked me into also chaperoning too. Saying I could use the time to get to know her better. Jeez, maybe I should be asking him. Well, no, I can't. Can't what? Nothing important. Having a teacher tell you how to court a lady friend, right? Hey, no. Another one of his students. Your classmate, yeah? It's not like that. Ah, come on. I know you want to talk about girls. That's always fun. Like that girl over there, ain't she hot? It's like the bride's sister. Humor me a bit. She's just a good friend. That's what they all say. The words taste better on my tongue for some reason. Sure, kid, sure. Forgot I'm a beta male, so I'm the one that's not like catching a hint that this is going somewhere. I don't know about you, but if I know a girl really likes me and wants to like be my girlfriend, I'm gonna be like all up for it. I'm not gonna play coy. Unless I'm not like into her or anything. But even then, I'll like let her down. I'll let her down gently. Not be an ass about it, but just say that it might not work. There have been a few girls like that. Got a few more minutes of... Wait. Got a few more minutes of quiet while Bridezilla and her maids of murder fight over the bouquet. I quickly glance over to see a woman twice my age wielding a folding chair like it was a battle axe. Oh dear. Train can't help you there, but I can. So this good friend of yours, what's she like? She's real, right? This is where it comes out. Actually, it's a he. I'm gay. Oh. Or... Actually, what would you call it? Actually, it's they. My significant other has no gender. He's like, what the hell are you kids into these days? Well, it's a bit complicated history. I would go more into that, but I don't really want to. Not stream. Just a confusing thing that actually just literally crossed my mind just now, involving, you know, like straights like straights, gays like gays. Who likes the in-betweens? Even though in-between is not a thing, and I still refuse to believe that, but whatever. Back to the stream. Oh. Actually, I'm asexual. I don't like anybody. Well then. Actually, no, I'm car-sexual. I love cars. Oh boy, okay. I think I'm gonna talk to the other photographer, see what he's like. Actually, no, I'm a balloonophile. I love balloons. Okay, get out of my wedding, please. I mean, when I first met her, she was very cynical and sarcastic. Ah, she's one of those girls. Well, she's still sarcastic, but in a lighthearted way. Even with her friends, she was a little distant. But when she's painting or gushing about some franchise or obscure anime, there's this unashamed excitement and passion in it. I haven't met anyone with that kind of energy before. Sounds like my ex. What? What? Once you get to know her, she's just nice under it all. That everything? Well, yeah. Huh. Sounds like a really boring broad. I think she drew me carrying her once. She did? Well, shoot. He slides the ring off his ringer and holds it up to me. You want this? Sounds like you'll need it more than me. Dude. His freaking wife looks over with daggers. Uh-oh. Kidding, I'm kidding. But dang, sounds pretty cut and dry to me. You two are gonna bang one of these days. And you're gonna have cute little human gator kids. Never had a crush before? I did when she fell on me. Not on anyone I know personally. Your folks together? I think? Question mark? Yeah. They love each other too, yeah? I think? Yeah, I guess they do. You guess? It's complicated. They're around so little, I don't even know what their love looks like. How they interact. One day, my father brought his boss along. She was just chilling on the couch in the living room. I don't know what that was about. If they even love each other at all. Damn. They've never told me their story, why they're together. Anything that would prepare me for the future was outsourced. As far back as I remember, whenever my parents weren't around, there was a screen nearby. Ah, yes, my iPad. You'll never leave me. Sorry, just looking at something real quick. And they weren't around often. Jeez. I've always had the little electronic friend in my pocket telling me how great I was at everything. That's been my only help to get through life. Oh boy. All the best ways to have best friendships, hobbies, romance. Yeah, I never had that growing up. I didn't have anything. I mean, I did have parents for the most part, but I was very antisocial and I didn't really go to them for anything like that. But it feels worthless now. I'm not prepared. I don't even know what this is. Wait. I don't even know if what this is love. This guy seems to think so, though. What is love? Am I love? He'll help me out. I see him putting some words together now. Let me give you a little antidote, kid. Or anecdote. Groom finally lights the cigarette. Another cigarette. Though this time he's slow to puff on it. Oh, she's pretty. See my beautiful bride over there? It's weird that they didn't show her in the beginning when he was in the little school clinic, whatever you call it. Because I think she was there. She's just looking over other students, but it would have been nice if the two interacted, so we kind of get an idea about this whole thing beforehand. But I guess they just didn't think she was too important. Pretty dressed though. And she is... I don't know what she is. He motions with a dull ember of his smoke to where the bridesmaids were still violently wrestling, and the bride acted as a referee. Jerry, Jerry, Jerry. Even if we had never met, and this was happenstance meeting. Sorry. I'd see her over there. And I just know I love her. Yeah? Yep. Is that it? Oh. Oh yeah, and she's got a fine ass, wouldn't you agree? Are you trying to give me a little push? Convince me I like this girl? You're the one who wanted the advice. There it is. I thought you were going to go on a bit more about love. Why the hell would I give a speech about love? You know what it is. What I know what it is, you know what it is. But there's no groundbreaking advice that'll make everything make sense. And you don't need me to convince you. Stop being a beta male. You're just looking for reasons to not believe what's right in front of you. Exactly. Oh. Break's over. Gotta run. The man gets up, dusting off his pants and flicking the cigarette butt into the trash. Hey, take some great pictures for me, will ya? No more moping. You're on the clock. He jogs into the crowd to meet up with his bride. My phone buzzes in my pocket. What timing? I reach in my pocket and pull out my phone, squinting at the screen. An unread notification from our group chat. Shoot. Do I have time to be on my phone right now? Maybe I can talk to Damien about this. He's known Olivia for a while. Ben and Olivia used to be friends too, right? Will he be able to help? I should probably focus on what I'm here to do. Besides, I don't want to let the groom down. But this is Olivia. But this is Olivia we're talking about. I don't want to do anything without knowing as much as I can. Alright, so we have to focus on taking photos. My first time I picked this because, well, I don't know, I know it'd be prying into like business and stuff, but I would like ask around, ask my girl's friends if what they know about her, if I don't like know them well myself. I can't afford to slack off right now. Besides, I made a promise to the groom. I don't want to let him down. Or Mr. Ideken for that matter. I silence my phone and slide it in my jacket pocket, pushing off the wall and taking hold of my camera. Where should I even start? I have a few ideas. Gotta take another drink. Good. Wait, what? There's another Doom? He's got a frickin' the fuck? I'm really out of the loop with Doom games. Sorry, I was looking at the screen because I got my stream pulled up and there is an ad, and I guess there's a new Doom coming out. And I thought it was just a guy on Mars that was getting revenge for his bunny that they killed. I don't know. I've never been much of a Doom head. With the groom's words still ringing in my ear, I find a second wind of sorts. I can't really understand it. I feel like I'm already picking out prime shots from just scanning over the hall. While Ben continued being a fuck, his more autonomous rapid-fire approach with the staccato, thinking of his snapshots, I've been singling out couples and their own moments just scattered throughout. I think some of them have even noticed seeming to maneuver themselves out of the Parasaur's view. Young man, over here! An elderly dino catches my attention, waving me to the table where she and her family are sitting. We need a good Christmas card photo, if you'd be so kind. Oh wow, that was just a shot in the dark. Of course, ma'am. I didn't think that was a way. The large group moved to one side of the table for me, smiling sincerely at my lens. The first shot seemed perfect, but for their sake, I'm sure to take a couple of extra. Thank you. Do you know how long these will take to develop? The photos should be developed fairly quickly. We'll be sure everyone gets these before the end of the month. They smile and nod, letting me return to... Don't forget us! Yeah, get me and my wife! My next client's pulling me aside to take shots for them in a secluded corner. After that, some of the bridesmaids have grabbed me to take shots for them. It isn't long before even some of the servers are wanting pictures of themselves posing in front of the decorations. Somehow I'm able to squeeze my way out of the mayhem and make my way towards the back of the venue in order to get some much needed fresh air. Ugh, it smells like bride and groom in here. Shortly after, I notice Ben doing the same thing, though he manages to do so far more gracefully by talking his way out of whatever request the wedding goers have for him. Makes me wish I was better at communicating, asserting myself in these kind of situations. Ben takes notice of me and approaches at a very casual pace, with no one else seemingly taking notice of him. Taking a breather? I just give Ben a nod of my head, causing him to smile and adjust his glasses with his index finger. Well, the wedding's almost finished, so the worst of the workload is behind us. That was good. Ben checks his phone. 8 hours, jeez. Man, yeah, my legs are starting to hurt. You and me both. You're telling me you don't even have a tail. How do you think I feel? We sigh together, give each other a hug. It's the first bit of silence we've had in a while. Across the room, the bride slumps into a chair trying to kick her heels off. The groom sees me and shrugs a bit, smirking. So, you're feeling about the pictures. Oh, how are you feeling about the pictures you've taken? I think I'm pretty confident in mine. Once you have the right equipment, it's just a matter of socializing, right, and getting the right shots of these sort of events. I'm satisfied. You? Honestly, I'm not sure. I've been taking all these pictures right, but it's like something's missing. Missing? Boobs. You make it sound like some grand art thing. I know. Back across the room, the bride motions to her new husband. It looks like it's time of the night for him to carry her out in his arms, like in all the movies. She was probably not expecting those slick moves to position her on his back like a child. He laughs to himself while she pouts loudly and holds into his hair to keep balance. No, that's precious. He's got like a butterfly on his tail. What is he? I thought he was like a raptor. He looks juvenile, honestly, as the bride taps the exhausted groom's head with balled up fists, but he's laughing. I mean, she's smiling too. I'm gonna die. A laugh so infectious that her pout is replaced with the delighted giggles of her own when she finally catches her hand in his and just holds it. Really? Looks like his hand's near her ass. Once again, they're talking and the bride is melting into putty at his quiet words. For how I thought that said mental. For how maniacal it is, and how crude that guy was earlier. That understanding and genuine playfulness between them. Without a thought, I'm already looking through the viewfinder and making focus adjustments for the perfect shot. The shot is cheesy but sincere. It blinded him, then he fell over. They got injured, then we got sued. They both look beyond exhausted. Their clothes all soaked in sweat. The pit stains on the groom's jacket. Their clothes showing the wear and tear of the night, and their body language screaming their need for sleep. My leg is screaming for the need for sleep. And also the smiles they have as they try to look at each other in their awkward positions speak metric volumes of just how happy they are after it all. Why'd you do what? Huh? Do what? You took a picture just now. Wait, what? Why do you do what? Was this supposed to be that? You took a picture just now. Did I? When did my finger get placed over the shutter button? I guess I did. Check the new entry in the camera roll. Careful, that's an easy way to waste a lot of memory. Oh, come on, it's one picture, doofus. Should probably just delete it. Delete it. Huh. I think it'll be fine. I actually got a good feeling about it. It seemed pretty natural, you know? Ben rolls his eyes. Oh, fuck off. If you say so. Before the pair turns to go back to the assembly line photo taking, I grab his shoulder. I feel like that wasn't worded right. By the way, Ben. Maya stopped by our lunch table earlier today to complain to Olivia. Oh boy. Said you were trying to call her, but was upset she wasn't picking up. I don't want to pry in your personal business, but aren't you two on bad terms? Huh? What are you talking about? What? What? I haven't spoke to Olivia in ages. Huh. I thought you were above gossip, Inko. Sorry, Alright, you boys ready to pack up? Pretty long night, huh? 8 hours too long. Our teacher looks haggard as he steps up to us. Wait, usually school's let out at like 3, so... So it's like 10 or 11 right now because they spent 8 hours. Wow. And he's not even getting paid for this. His wings are dragging on the floor and he's propping himself up with one of the light stands we brought. Despite his exhaustion, He's grinning wildly. You two enjoy your first week experience? Work experience? Good lord. Oh, absolutely, Mr. Aiken. I managed to load up both the memory cards you gave me, and I even managed to try the different kinds of lenses you brought. Ass kisser. Good to hear, ass kiss. I mean, Ben. What about you, Inko? Well, if I'm being honest with you, it took a while for me, Mr. Aiken. Well, I suppose it is a tough order to start with. So many things to account for, and... no, I mean... No, I meant... I didn't really get that many good shots till the end, Mr. Aiken. I didn't even finish the first card you gave me. You've given me. I see. Well, off to the dungeon with you. Well, when we go through these next week, I'm sure they'll be fine. Why do you have a picture of the groom's ass? Oh, definitely. The groom saunters up with a huge grin on his face, slinging an arm around our teacher's shoulders. Don't touch me. I can't wait to see these. Idagon straightens up and shrugs the arm off, turning to the newly married man. You'll see them when you see them. My team still needs to go through all the pictures and weed out the chaff. Ah, come on, T. Can you give your buddy a preview or something? Idagon sighs a bit. I mean, it is his wedding. He kind of has a right to know. Hey, it's your special day. Ben, could you fetch the laptop and a card reader? Yes, sir. Eiko, while he's doing that, can you start packing up everything new into the trunk? Sure thing, Mr. Idaken. Before I turn away to start, the tired Taro takes the camera from me. We could sit at that table over there. Let's see what this chuckle nuts got of me. Oh my gosh, is that my ass? Why didn't nobody tell me it looked so big? Two older men head off, leaving... Two older men, jeez. I don't think Mr. Idacon's that old. Leaving Ben and I to get started on packing everything up. The heck? Sorry, I was looking at something. Wait a minute. Oh, okay. Alright, deep breath. Take a deep breath, deep breath. While Ben and I are busy dismantling the multitude of standing flashes and lamps, the bride, groom, and Mr. Idacon sits at a cleaned up table with a laptop before them, watching Pornhub. I can't really make out what they're saying, but I can kind of tell based on the way the three switch between quietly focused and laughing loudly. By the time the back of the car is loaded, the last of the wedding party has departed. Nothing left to do. Ben and I linger a bit behind the group. Yeah, these came out pretty dang great. Thanks again for... Hello, what's this? Laptop displays the last picture I took, someone unintentionally. He scans the photo with a critical eye. Shit. He nods and chuckles with approval. Okay, kid, good job. Be sure to print this one out for me, Trent. I'm gonna put it in my wallet. Aw. Sure. Despite how lackluster his compliment is, I can't help but feel proud of my work. It's been a while since I felt like this. Since I felt like hot shit. Either way, it's not long before we climb into the car and begin our journey back to the school. I settle in the rhythmic motions of the car as it glides along the road. The cityscape of Valkildra buffs pass by and I can't help but admire it. The moon is quickly killed, however, as Ben calls a certain red scale girl, and Mr. Idacon turns on some disturbed. Oh, The saccharine lovey-dovey talk makes my head hurt. I love you more. No, I love you more. No, I love you more. Fucking bitch, I love you more. Oh. And I can guess by his expression that Idacon feels the same way. He changed the subject by asking if my parents can pick me up. I'm like, I have no parents. And then he's like, I'll adopt you. And I'm like, yay. Looks like I'll be taking the late night metro home. How late? Still, I had fun today. I bring out my phone, noticing the half-dozen messages Olivia sent while I was busy. He's like, you there? Yup. You there? You there? Yup. Alright, we're done. We're there? You there? Yup. Are ya winning yet, son? Better be. Guts bet me some sunflower seeds that Ben would win. The fuck? While there were more messages, that one in particular had me thinking. I mean, it wasn't a competition to begin with, but there's also the fact that the groom hadn't complimented any of Ben's shots, so collect your winnings, Olivia. Aww. Good job, agent. You deserve a reward for your hard work. Just sends me a boob pic. Oh my gosh. Reward? What kind of... Oh. Oh my. Was she really? She knows that I'm with Ben and Idacon. Oh. Interior of the car feels a few degrees warmer as I wait with bated breath. Oh wow, they really are insinuating that. Inko, you okay? Your breathing is pretty hard. Fine! Perfectly fine. Just, car sick. Blech. I make sure that there is absolutely no way anyone except me can view my screen. As extra protection, I dim the brightness of it to the point that only I'd be able to see the thing in the darkness of the car. Finally, Olivia's text comes through, though. And it's her mouth's, her rat's boobs. She just draws boobs on her rib. I'm tired. I can't make jokes right now. I hold my breath before opening my eyes to see a dick. Wait. Number one, big boy. Right. Oh, whoops. Mr. Idacon, I think Ingo's about to vomit. Not in here. In hindsight, I should have seen that coming. Seeing as I'm in love with her and all. Damn, my hormones. Yeah, it really was insinuating that. That's funny. Even though we're pretty far into the fall season, today is a nice day out. There's a storm coming in later today with a cold front, so the temperatures outside are bearable enough to relax in. One last respite before the unforgiving cold of winter settles in. I decide to celebrate by eating lunch outside. After a good bit of prodding, Olivia joined me. Inko, it's too cold! It'll freeze my veins solid. It's 70 degrees and you've already agreed. Calm down. You made me. We step out in the chilled air. Chilled air? He said it's 70. Yeah, it's not cold. It's like really windy. She pulls the drawings of her hoodie taut, yanking it shut again. When I try moving her along, she starts dragging her tail on the ground. You're secretly enjoying this, aren't you? That hoodie isn't hiding your silly little grin. There's a table by the edge of the yard that looks pretty good. It just freaking shoots her over the table. Now it's just the two of us. Alone. sitting at a picnic table in complete silence. Ingenious one-liners flow through my head like a slam poetry champion, yet I can't work up the will to say anything about the wedding to her. Guess there's always later. So, Olivia. Nice weather. Damn it, so stupid. The gator lifts her head from her roast beef sandwich. Oh, not mystery meat? Staring directly at me. What's up? How about this weather? Oh my gosh, she actually went there. Seriously? Yes, seriously. I'm not used to coastal towns. So this is a nice change of pace. Well, it's pretty chilly. Part of why you're the only ones out here. It is pretty empty out here today. Maybe it's like a human dino thing. More acclimated to snow. Even with the hoodie, it's a lot colder than I like. Oh, why'd you agree to come with me outside? Outside with me. Well, you wanted to, and And you? Olivia's lip quivers a little as she tries to work out the words to say. Her mouth isn't up to the task, as a flushed scarlet spreads across her cheeks and makes her pouting lips glow. Hey! Oh, whoops. Stop looking at me like that. I mean, where are you from then? The Midwest. Midwest? Only loons come from the Midwest. Wow. Oh, come on, that's not true. Alright, what was it like then? Bunch of loons. A lot of empty promises. Nothing worth talking about. What was St. Hammond like before I showed up? Oh, horrible. Everyone here sucked. Well, they still do, I guess, but... Okay. Well, they still do, I guess, but seriously, most of the faculty had a stick up their ass, and the student body was holding on for dear life. I'd do anything to get out of this place. If I got to take you and Damien with me... Wow. Colorful. Oh, I think it's a teacher. Colorful. Olivia and I freeze as a familiar voice. Uh-oh. The sound of stone grinding on the stone... The sound of stone grinding on the stone. What? Echoes through the courtyard as we turn our heels towards to whoever said that. Uh-oh. Principal Scalar stands just as still as us, her face burning red. Yep, that's us. You're probably wondering how we got here. Though her jaw is moving, teeth grinding exceptionally loud as she looks at Olivia. Next to her stands a large whale dressed in formal attire. I guess Mr. Ferris is still doing that inspection. And did he hear... What were you saying just now about the student morale, Principal Scalar? He doesn't even look up from his clipboard as he begins jotting down something with a pencil. I said, had. Ever since Principal Scalar took over as our principal, things have gotten better. I believe his words do a little to make Scalar's face lessen in both color and intensity. And heat. Yeah, I have to say, the school is way better than my old one. By at least a country mile. So, Mr. Inko, would you say that your time at St. Hammond, since your transfer, has been both fruitful and comfortable? I mean, compared to my old school, I met good friends, have had excellent teachers and classes, and have had an all-around good time. Also, the cafeteria food is great here. It actually tastes like food and not microwave reheated gruel. I know you're lying. Mr. Ferris gives me a nod and writes something else on his notepad before turning to Olivia. What about you, Miss Halford? Was it? Got any more comments regarding St. Hammond? Do be honest, if you please. Olivia shoots me a quick glance before taking a deep breath, deep breath, deep breath. Well, the school needs more handicap access ramps. Also, the elevator in the main building is busted. Sometimes I get stuck for a few minutes. Also, our PE teacher steals hats from the students and hoards them in the equipment shed. I can almost feel the heat emanating from Principal Scalar's face as soon as Olivia finishes lodging her complaints. Wouldn't want to be around her after Ferris's visit is over. For his part, Mr. Ferris only nods and writes down on his clipboard before turning back to Scalar, who does her best to turn her grimace into some kind of smile. Seems like there are still some issues left over from the previous administration. Are you already taking care of correcting the issues Miss Halford has pointed out? Principal Scalar nervously clears her throat. I already sent in a request to the district to have the elevator looked at by the technician. Yeah, right. Mr. Ferris nods and writes something else on the clipboard before clicking his pen and stuffing it in his front suit pocket. I'll have a talk with the superintendent about the request next time I'm at the office. What about this PE teacher, Miss Olivia mentions? Oh, Mr. Coacelli? Oh, we'll fire him. Ferris raises an eyebrow. It's his legal name. I know. He checks the page, then sighs a bit. Right. Ferris turns to face me. Well, that's enough about St. Hammond for the time being. Mr. Inko, how would you say things are going for you? Not just as a student, but also as a growing adult. Are your hormones kicking in? How's your sex life? Oh boy. Are you wearing protection? Kids like you these days need protection. Honestly, at the start of the year, I'd have told you things weren't looking too good. Breathe, 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 breathe. But I met some really good friends here at St. Hammond, and I feel like things, will be okay for us. I can't help but look towards Olivia as I say that. She stares back in a faint expression of surprise, but quickly melts away into a warm smile. Yeah, that sums it up pretty well. Ferris looks up from his clipboard towards us, a smirk forming on his otherwise flat face. Flat? Friggin' face bulges out like nobody's business. I'm glad to hear you two are doing well. The Leviathan finished jotting down something on his clipboard, finally turning to Principal Scalar. I think I have everything I need for the time being. So, Mr. Ferris, why don't we adjourn to the faculty lounge? Of course, we can go over your future budgetary plans and how they're going to be decreased over a nice cup of coffee that you will make me. The inspector turns away, Principal Scalar dragging behind him with a look of pure misery on her face. I wish she had done this freshman year. With a huff and frown, Olivia stabs at her lunch tray, treating her Caesar salad like a voodoo doll. Why should she have a Caesar salad? Well, look on the bright side. She levels her silver eyes on me, but remains focused on treating her salad like its namesake. Yeah, fuck the Caesars. It's senior year, and we're about halfway through. Excuse me. So we only have to put up with this place for a couple more months. She lances the largest piece of chicken, twisting her spoon roughly. Oh, spork roughly. What the fuck is wrong with me? And then what? Then what? I guess, huh. I don't really have any concrete plans for after school. What do you mean? You mentioned all that stuff about making a name for yourself. I mean, yeah, when I first got here, that was the goal. But honestly, I haven't considered... Ugh. Good lord, why am I yawning so much? I mean, I am kind of tired, but I need to do something about that. It's my turn to toy with my meal. You? I plan on getting an art degree. Whoa, really? Online, of course. Oh. Not like I have any other options. But, jeez, I'm sorry. Let me, get up and walk around for a bit. Hopefully that'll help. Sorry about that, guys. I don't know why I'm yawning so much. I'm not bored, it's just... Again, working 4:15 to 8:15 can really grate on you. And that's 4:15 a.m. to 8:15. Alright, I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. Couldn't really walk around that much because, again, my leg. My leg! Not like I have any other options. The only time I'm worth anything is when there's a brush in my hand. That's not true. All the classes I'm really passing too. I nod my head in understanding, but she's talking about her future, but it sounds more like resignations than a declaration. I at least have something, even if the path to my goal is vague. The morose mood leaves me at a loss of words. Damn it. I was hoping to actually use this time to, I don't know, kiss? I want to talk to Olivia and, ask her something. Will you marry me? Or something like that. Stupid Mr. Ferris and his workplace politics, dampening the mood. Wait. Don't freaking call him stupid, he's just... He's a cool dude. Don't talk shit about Well Daddy. The air between us is awkward as we packed up our lunch, and even after the bell rings and we're forced to finish eating, it's still weird. Even when I ask if Olivia would like a push to history, she just remains silent in thought. Aw. Olivia has been quiet for about 5 minutes now. Even though 5 minutes isn't that long, Olivia had grown so much chattier as of late. So the silence felt just a bit off-putting to me. A part of me couldn't help but wonder if it's the cold shoulder, if it's a cold shoulder directed at me or just remaining nerves from the last conversation. No use just thinking about it. So, penny for your thoughts, Olivia? Oh, right. Sorry, I guess I'm not here right now. But you're right in front of me. What were you thinking about it? What were you thinking about exactly? Olivia lets out a sigh and turns her head upwards, so that her eyes meet mine. I really got to thinking about... Sorry, I thought I saw something. I really got to thinking about how... what we were talking about earlier. It seems like neither of us knows what we'll be exactly doing after school's over. Oh, right. Yeah, that. I hadn't really given much thought to the fact that I had essentially dropped a bombshell on both of us. Now that I really stopped to think about it though, the idea that neither of us really knows what to do after graduation is concerning. Most seniors at least have a small idea of what they'll want to do after graduation. At least I think. Hell, Liz made a full chart and timeline for herself. I mean, I always figured I'd go to college and be in debt. But that feels so basic, like a basic bitch would do, for a lack of a better word. There should be some kind of grander plan on what to do with the next big step in life. University, a career, maybe even starting some kind of family. Those are the kinds of plans that come to mind. They're all just simple platitudes at the end of the day though. Is it even worth making plans? The more I think about it, the more likely it is that something stupid just comes out of left field and wrecks everything. If you want to make God laugh, tell him your plans and all. Wait, what? So maybe all I can really do is live in the moment? I mean, it's the best thing to do, to be honest. I always hated that sort of thinking. Just being a sitting duck for life to take pot shots at me. Just live pretending death can't show up and take me at any time. Speak of death. Hey, it's Olivia. Hey, it's Cleavage. I mean, Maya. And friend. Olivia stiffens in her chair. Oh, hey, Maya. Olivia's words are a hiss as she tries to face away from the crimson-scaled girl. Okay, is she pink or is she crimson? Make up your mind. Her hands shakily strain against the wheels of her chair, slowly turning it too. Got a couple of questions to ask you, Olivia. Would you like to humor me for a bit? Oh, what am I saying? Of course you don't mind. Bitch. The Parasaurus saunters up and with a sway of her hip pushes me aside as she takes Olivia's reins from me. Good lord. I can feel that guy's bass. Somebody is playing bass in their car. What the hell? You're insane if you think you're going anywhere with her. Or if you think we're going with you anywhere. I'm so angry I can't talk straight. We? She looks down to Olivia and then back to me. And then down to Olivia, then back to me. My head is now a diamond. We? He's funny. We're just going for a little girl talk. No boys allowed. Sorry, wait, third grade? You're up for that, right, Liv? She puts a hand on her shoulder and cocks an eyebrow back at me like she knows something. So yeah, we'll just be a moment. Don't worry that pretty little bald head of yours. That pretty little Mr. Clean head of yours. I'm left gawking and confused as the two head off in another direction. Olivia doesn't seem to know what to say or do either. So she just goes along with the parasaur, wheeling her away. A part of me wants to give chase, but the side eye that Maya sends back at me forces me to stop. I feel useless as I watch the two turn the corner. My thoughts of what to do, going after the pair, are betrayed by my body still frozen by the icy glare from Mia. Damn it. I'll just get to class and ask what this is all about later. By the time I smell something either burning or cooking outside. Because I have my window open and everything. By the time I get to Procling's history class, I'm half expecting to find Olivia already waiting for me. Some kind of remark primed and ready to be spoken to me. But instead, she isn't here. Or she isn't there. Neither are any of the other students, because all the other seats are empty. I reluctantly take my seat, tapping my foot impatiently. Even when the bell comes and goes, there's still no sign of her. Shit. Is she in the shitter? Shouldn't have let Olivia go with her alone. Shouldn't have let her go out alone since it's so dangerous. She should have taken these. What the hell was I thinking? You weren't thinking, that's the problem. Really don't want to cut class, but I can't afford anything bad happening to her. She's my girlfriend. Nope, I can't sit and do nothing. I shoot my hand up in the air, causing Miss Brockling to pause mid-lecture. Yes, Mr. Nito? Miss Brockling, can I be excused? Please? Why? Class barely started a few minutes ago. Because I shat myself. I'm halfway out the door already. I'm sure there's something else you could have done. I wouldn't even say that out loud. Although it would be a valid reason. Where did they go? There's not a soul to be found anywhere. If I were a bitch, where would I harass somebody in secret? If I were a bitch, where would I be? In a dog pound. Shoot, whatever is between them. Whatever's between those legs. I hope it isn't turning physical. Why did I make that joke? I mean, she wouldn't, would she? My hands clench tighter and tighter as I focus on walking faster. Finally, something snaps me out of my trance. The faint sound of squeaking metal. I've heard that sound before. I turn to the source just beyond the door of a nearby classroom. I look in to inspect the squeakiness of the wheels, and I'm greeted with, "I want to play a game." Ah, shit. Judging by the paraphernalia covering the door, I think this is the algebra room. I grab the handle and haphazardly throw the door open, praying that I'm not about to rudely interrupt a teacher for the second time today. Looks like shit. How am I... Should be happy it's done. Wait, what? Should be happy it's done. I think that's both of them talking at the same time. Two heads turn to me in a mix of anger and surprise. And they're the heads of the girls I was looking for. But they're not attached to their bodies! Oh no! It's like a sudden three-way standoff. It's like a Mexican standoff. But none of us are Mexican. I was definitely not intended to be the factor in whatever this is. Wait, are you cheating on me? I really should have thought about that before barging in. Thank Raptor Jesus she's okay. What the fuck are you doing here? I should ask you two the same question. Oh my... Look, Baldy. Look, Mr. Clean. Now's not the time. Don't talk to him like that. Yeah, or what? I told you not to be followed. You were there when we left. He just heard you screaming like a maniac. I mean, she's not wrong. I've been forgotten already. Hey! Why are you two in the empty classroom yelling at each other? You'll get in trouble! Also, the algebra class looks exactly like the art class slash photography class. Oh hey, American flag, nice. Glad things never change. The two fall definitely silent, unwilling, or unable to speak. I notice a piece of paper in Maya's hand. It looks like something drawn on it. The style is different, but it's unmistakably one of Olivia's works. Maya, why do you have her drawing? The parasaur stops blinking for a few seconds before shoving the paper in her jacket, or in her mouth and eating it. Wow. She drew a pizza and it just looked too good. Before I can question any further, Olivia speaks up. Inko, why did you come here? Things were getting hot. You seemed like you were in trouble? How touching. Well, we're all in trouble now. Yeah, I definitely smell something cooking outside. It's actually kind of good. Yeah, dumbass. Whoever sees my cleavage dies. I don't have time for this. Hot Wheels, fill him in. What's the big issue? Olivia claws at her armrests again. She looks ready to cry. Hey, where'd all your vicious bravado go? Are you afraid to tell him? Afraid of what he'll think? Shut up! Precious. Fine, I'll say it. Maya turns to me with a malicious grin. I know about this whole... Wait. I know about what this prick did during the yearbook art contest. Now, wait, call her? Do you call her a prick? That's usually associated with dudes. Now, ordinarily, I wouldn't give two shits. But then it hit me. Holy shit, she could just get away with it. I could totally blackmail her. Now how crazy is that? She pauses, gutting me to say otherwise, but I bite my tongue. Excuse me. Like a shark smelling blood, she starts to circle me, continuing her taunts. Then one thing leads to another. Now we're helping each other out. After all, if the school found out, it'd leave a permanent mark on her unemployed ass. What? Damn. Sorry, I got some in my throat. Yours too, probably, since you're involved in all. My teeth clench painfully from my... Well, my teeth creak painfully from my clenched jaw, and yet the blood drained from my face. I'm talking about her record, you mouth breather. You're breathing through your mouth too. Or what, are you breathing through your boobs? Yes. Wait, what? Art's her big break, right? Skipping the whole rigmarole, the gist of it's simple. So Olivia draws up some BS group projects for me and some friends of mine, turns them in, and I make sure the whole incident goes away. Yeah, we expect you to keep your word. I managed to earn back some of the feeling in my consciousness. Just long enough to defy her. But that's blackmail and cheating. That's wrong. You'll get in trouble. Oh my god, that's fucking precious. Maya blinks a few times before turning to look at Olivia, then back to me, and my head is a diamond. Or my shades are diamonds. And then back to Olivia, and her wheelchair is made of diamonds. What, are you disappointed in her now? I bet you made her pinky swear she would never do anything like that again. She leans closer to me, faux whispering. Well, sorry to break the news, Inko, but your friend here is a liar. She's a liar? But she told me she was Christian. Don't listen, I wouldn't be... She was threatening me. Threatening? Honey, if we were swapped, you'd see my ass hang. Your ass is hanging, honey. You don't even have an ass. What? All I'm doing is making things better for the both of us. Not my fault you try to get away with cheating. You think a cripple like you would have more shame than that? I watch Olivia's eyes start twitching. Maya's really starting to get to her. I can't let her keep talking to her like that. Maya, just stop it, okay? She really doesn't need this right now. Can you both just walk away and pretend this never happened? Poor choice of words. Shit, Anko, you're good. You hear that, Olivia? Wait, but I didn't mean... Olivia's staring at me with a look of betrayal that threatens to tear my heart in two. God damn it, why can't I stop talking for once? Maya waves me off, turning her face toward Target once more. I bet you love to walk away from this, but things just don't work out that way, do they? Oh, that's why you didn't want Inko knowing you're still a dirty cheater. Oh shit. Shut up! Oh, relax, it's not a big deal. No, I'm sick of this. You already admitted it. Art's my big break. You're only doing this because art is all I have. Your record is fucked. You lose nothing if we get caught. It's Tuesday for you. But me, it's all I have. You're embarrassing yourself. Yeah? Well, my finger's in your boobs. Your boobs are fake. How dare you? You know I can't lift or run. Lift? You can lift? Or can't... What do you mean you can't carry? You can still... Okay. Or dance, or fucking anything you do on a daily basis without even thinking about it. I can't ever do anything else because of these fucking legs and this fucking chair. Why can't any of you just leave me alone? I just want to draw, for God's sake. Maya rolls her eyes and takes a step closer to Olivia. That's a nice outburst and all, sweetie, but I really thought you were smarter than this. Olivia wipes away at her tears with her sleeve. What? Maya takes another step forward. Think, handbag. She talks as if the handbags are actually made out of her. But then that means they still do kill alligators in this world, and they're basically killing her cousins, which is kind of fucked up. Unless they do try to, you know, like push themselves away from like the animals and stuff. I don't know how it works. Would I really go through the trouble of making you do this junk for middling grades? If your work were crap, you wouldn't have a record to hold over you. Everyone knows you're the best artist in this place. You're just a retard about it. Olivia's mouth hangs open, but no words come out. You're the kind of idiot to let this sort of comment get to you. So let me be the first to say, congratulations, Olivia. You have a fan. She just goes and turns on the fan. Oh, haha, very funny. Anyways, Inko. Oh, crap. Distractions aside, you're in on it now, too. You have to be my bitch. You don't want Olivia to starve now, would you? Her words, not mine. Say a damn word about any of this, and she's doomed. Do you understand me? I try to muster up words of defiance, but just as Maya's stare of death, I spot Olivia's horrified expression. Yeah, she looks horrified. Hello, Baldy. I'm waiting for your... Oh, I heard clicks. I'm waiting for your answer, Skinny. I honestly don't know what to say or do in this situation. No. Excuse me? Let me think this over with Olivia. Think this over? You dense or something? This is a simple yes or no question. You can't seriously freaking... Maya pinches the bridge of her snoot and lets out a tired sigh. Fine. The two of yous talk it over and reach some kind of a resolution. But that don't change the fact of what I said earlier, Inko. Don't say I don't do nothing nice. Wait, all this time does she have like a New York accent? But think carefully, amigo. Oh, now she's Spanish. You both got a hell of a lot more to lose than I do. Wait, so that means you lost your virginity already? Maya only gives me and Olivia one final glance before unceremoniously leaving the room. It takes me a bit of time to recover my thoughts. I never thought Maya would go this far. Really? And Olivia right now, she must be... I stand up from the floor. You were sitting? Slowly approaching the alligator. She looks like a mess. Why? Why did you have to come in here? I'm sorry, I just love algebra too much. I was just so worried about what Mia could have been doing to you, and I wanted to make sure you're alright. Olivia gripped her armrest. I was alright. I had it handled with Maya. But to basically be your slave? Doing all of her work? Not all of it. Just whenever she needs to pass. Whatever she needs to pass. I'll take the seat next to her. There. She's threatened me that she'd go to scale her and spill everything. If Scalar knew that I swapped the art, she'd know that it was with you. I couldn't let her do that to us, so I got desperate. I told her I'd do anything she wanted. That's how I got mixed up with her. I let out a deep and heavy sigh. Olivia, I understand why, but I heard how Maya was threatening you before I came in. Even when you're doing her work to save her skin, she's still treating your art, and more importantly, you, like garbage. My words rip through the Gator's girl's fragile heart, her face contorting in a fierce snarl, even as her eyes grow wet. You're miserable. I'm not miserable, you're miserable. Sorry, just checking something. Okay. You know what? Olivia looks away from me, her face scrunching up as tears well in her eyes. I don't know what to do. And I don't even know if I can trust her to keep her word. And now that you know what's going on, Mia has a noose around both of our necks. The gravity of the situation settles in. Feels like something in me is both frozen over and ablaze. There's only 6 months left of the semester. It's not like she's asking for something impossible. Her eyes regain some fire as she smiles. I'll just have to tough it out. Keep making art to shut her up until the whole stupid thing can blow over. She's been going through this for so long and she's still... That's just... I'm out of options. And so is she. I just blurt out the first thing that comes to mind. Why not tell Scalar about what Maya's making you do? Scalar, are you out of your mind? You saw how she handles things around here, especially with that auditor braid down her neck. I'm trying to avoid getting caught. Right. Okay. Idacon? For a split second I see her mask crack, her real worry evident in those silver eyes shaking. No. Olivia makes a show of clearing her throat. Mr. Idacon doesn't need to hear this either. You know he'd be able to... I could do this on my own. Her balled up fists quake wildly after they slam into her armrests, and the Gator girl does her best to hide her wince. Ow. I really don't think we can fix this if we're not working together. There's nothing to fix. I told you, I have it under control. Just, please, Inko, I need you to trust me on this. Don't ruin this for me. I do trust you. Her voice is softening, as if she'd been fully drained now. I can handle it, I told you. Her fists unfurl and continue shaking. I take one of my hands, ignoring her her sputters as I delicately cradle in my palm. Aw. Her protests died into a pained whine when my thumb ever so lightly presses down on a joint. All this time you've been doing your best, Olivia. My soft words draw out even a softer breath from her. Aya's had me drawing for a group almost daily. It must be hard. What it must hurt after so long. Maybe it does. But it's nothing I can't work through, though. Does it hurt when I do this? Yes, it does. Stop. Why can't you trust me to help, then? It's not that I don't trust you, Inko. It's that I did trust everyone else. So please, stop asking about fixing me. Or fixing things, I mean. Is that what this is about? Olivia is burning out at this point. She's already hurt badly. I can feel her hands still shaking. It's beyond to the point that either of us alone... Wait, it's beyond the point that either of us could handle alone. I let go of Olivia's hand, watching as she takes back her hand and settles it against her chest. I look at a nearby... Lord, I can't freaking talk. Alright, deep breath. I hook a nearby chair leg with my foot and drag the seat closer. Close enough that I could sit down right next to the Buranox. Inko. I find that being next to her like this makes it easier for what I'm about to say. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Okay. Meeting her eyes once again, I speak my honest thoughts. Mr. Idekin can help Olivia. Her teeth grind together as though contemplating mauling my face off. Please, hear me out. I want to trust you, Inko, but I'm just scared that Ikenon will hate me forever for this. He's the only one that's ever made me feel like my art is worth something. I can't lose him. Look. We can get you out of this. Of course Idekin will understand. Even go to bat for you. If you're the one to speak up, it means you're the one getting back at Maya. She won't have power over you. I can't just give it all up like this. How can I trust you with my entire future? You have nothing to lose. I have everything. Can't you trust Idekin? Will he really just let that happen? Maya has no reason not to throw you under the bus, does he? Wait. Oh, does he? Of course not. Mr. Idekin is... He's the only teacher that's never given up on me. I'm here with you too. You're not alone, Olivia. But you need to accept our help. Please. Olivia looks at me... looks at me in the eyes for a few seconds before sharply snapping her face downward. Her body then begins to quiver, almost as she trembles with a mixture of cold and fear. Olivia... Get up from a chair and reach out to grasp her shoulder and try to comfort her somewhat. It's okay, I'm here for you. Olivia's shaking lessens, giving me hope that my words were starting to reach her. But not 2 seconds after those thoughts crossed in my mind, Olivia's shaking resumes once again. The shaking followed by sniffling, at which point I noticed tears rolling down Olivia's snout and falling right into her lap. Before I can finish my words, Olivia lunges and runs me over. Okay, she lunged forward, wraps her arms around my abdomen, bringing me forward and burying her face into my stomach. At which point she begins to let out what I can only describe as a pain-filled wail. At first, I'm left utterly frozen in place, hands raised, eyes wide. Inside, I'm like, yes! Nothing in my life has ever prepared me for a situation such as this. No, Inko, you know what to do. Hug that gator! I place my other hand on Olivia's other shoulder and slowly take a single knee, bring me to eye level with her. Yeah, there we go. Then without saying a word, I tighten my embrace, allowing her arms to wrap around my neck as I wrap my arms around hers. My waist is pulled closer too by her boa-like tail that becomes an impromptu belt harnessing me to the Gator girl. If you ever get a girl that has a tail, she's a keeper. There's a distinct thumping. I really thought that said there's a distinct humping on my chest. Like, okay. I didn't know being in pain made you hard. Okay. There's a distinct thumping on my chest. Rhythmic and relaxing. The realization is that her heart sets my face ablaze, but also brings a smile to my lips. I close my eyes and let myself become lost in the warmth of Olivia's embrace. Aww. That was nice. When we break apart, I check our time limit. My phone says there's still 20 minutes before school's out. Forever! Hopefully Adakin has a free period right now. You ready? Olivia gives a small nod. I get up and start toward the door. The door held open with the back of my shoe. I look back to her. Olivia wheels over. Hang in there. Olivia wheels over. She grunts with each push. As she does, okay. Oh crap, I'm an idiot. Once she reaches me, Olivia gives me a very meaningful look. Though I don't really get its intent until her tail wraps around my waist. Oh, right. Taking Olivia's reins for her, we start towards our art teacher's room in the companionable silence. That's a word? Companionable? And I can't wait to just get home and relax. Maybe open a bag of chips. That's it? Hyperventilate on the bag too. Olivia's tremoring has fallen to a 2 on the Richter scale. So that's nice. She's seen enough Maya to last a while. Then again, so have I. She'd probably kill us if she saw us sneaking off. Don't jinx it. We're near the end. Wait, we're near the end of it all. It's nearly over. It's the first bit of quiet that we get. Just the sounds of Olivia and I walking through the halls. Olivia gripping my wrists pretty hard. Guess she's still pretty tense. Say, maybe there's a massage place around here. That'd be pretty nice right now. Wait a second. Just the sounds of Olivia and I walking through the halls. Oh. Something ancient awakens in me. An icy chill races down my spine as if there's a knife poised just behind my neck. The Gator girl tenses, head stiflingly turning. Her pupils slowly shift to mine, and their contraction to the pinpoints bring attention to the danger my ancestral instincts are warning me of. Oh boy. Sup? You two trying to run a fight or flight? Reflexes kick in. Zero thought on my mind, but zero thought on my end. My body chose to book it. Whoops. I mean, technically that was your fault, lady. Oh no. Yeah. Better run. Oh dear. Get in, get in, get in, get in. Just pulls it open. Here's Maya. One of my more favorite scenes. Wham! For a moment I wonder if the deafening noise of the metal doors being hit is from Maya punching in rage or accidentally slamming into it chasing after us. Probably both. When I catch you, I will fist rake you and every last thing you love. Fuck! The elevator finally begins to descend downwards. Aw. I exhale deeply. Olivia gasps for breath. I do too, as I take a drink. Give me a minute. Good. My arm stings from Olivia's razored grip. Good thing I have a jacket. Her claws have shredded the sleeve. I think it may have even drawn blood. I shake my arm in and Olivia retracts her hands apologetically. Sorry. Sorry. Oh God, are you okay? No. No, I'm not. What happens when we reach the bottom? All hell breaks loose. Wait. Maya will be waiting for us. Olivia removes the key from its slot. Hehe. It won't open. Just don't make any noise. The elevator reaches the bottom. Just as Olivia said, without the key, the outmoded chamber simply powers down. Silence. There's a small gap under the door, letting light in. There's nobody there. I sit in the dark, empty cabin for what feels like minutes. I mean, you could have had the time to escape. I'm pressed close to Olivia while we wait it out. I could feel her tail wrap around my ankle, which thankfully won't rip my clothing apart. The phrase 7 minutes in heaven surfaces in my mind and is buried immediately by 7 minutes in hell. It's a bit warm in here. Shh. Heavy rapid footsteps zone in on us, accompanied by the sound of ripping paper. Maya's destroying everything on the walls. You fuckers had better still be in there! If you cowards run away, so help me Raptor Jesus. She's right in front of the door. I hear her heavy breathing and soft thuds as she attempts to put her ear up to the door a few times. I try to stay as silent as possible. I accidentally sneezed. I heard that. But I'm afraid that the homicidal parasaur can hear my heart hammering in my chest and pants cramping horror. I've never heard of that before. Maya, with no intention to vent her frustrations verbally, resorts to the next best thing. Vandalism. Physical therapy. We're surrounded by the thousands of ripping paper, dented lockers, and drywall fracturing. On occasions, something hits the elevator door again. Olivia and I don't dare move. I hear other voices. Maya's drawn attention to herself. Who the fuck are you looking at? Do you want one less horn? Find somebody quick! I fucking swear I've had it with the fucking luggage case on the wheels. Good luck painting when you're eating through a straw, bitch legs. Croc a cunt? Good lord. That's a new one. Olivia takes a sharp breath. Silence. What was that sound? Sounds like a series of sharp cracks. Hey, whoa. Hey, it's all cool. It's not what it looks like, it's a... Rapid footsteps echo from down the hall. Is she gone? What the fuck has scared Maya off like that? There's a light knock on the elevator door. Hey, anyone in there? He sounds exhausted, but it's definitely Idekin. By now, my eyes have adjusted to the light. Olivia's relief is palpable and shared, what my body finally relaxing and practically melting against the wall of the tiny elevator. We're gonna make it! We're gonna live! We're gonna have to tell Idekin. It's safe to come out, it's all clear. Well, it looks like a stick of dynamite went off out here, but otherwise it's fine. I look at Olivia, who stares at the key in her hand. She moves to unlock the elevator, but hesitates. I think her teacher was able to sense it. I can sense you in there. As his tired voice carries the weight of his worry. Everything will be okay, I promise. But she doesn't put it in. She just stares. Menacingly. You don't know that. Olivia whispers softly. I could barely make it out. God, please. Putting that key in and opening up means telling Idakin everything. There's no way Maya's letting this slide. Nothing's a safe bet. Nothing can be said for sure. She can't do nothing, and she can't do anything either. So she looks to me. As if I'd have an answer. The key is offered to me, delicately held between two of her claws. Don't take the key. Stand up for yourself, honey. My hands cup hers. This is another like ultimate choice. You gotta let her stand up for herself, or in any case, get her to find her courage. My hands cup hers, listening a small gasp from the girl. Even with the darkened lenses of my shades, I can make out her moon silver eyes, filled with all the worries of this past month. Worries she endured because of our friendship, and possibly more. Inko. My fingers curled softly, pushing the key back into her palm. My lips move, but no sound comes out. You'll understand, Olivia. Either from my unspoken words or from my comforting grip, Olivia is able to gather her courage. Da-da-da-da! We share a simple nod, and her hand finally moves to the panel. Well, hi. By the way, you're both suspended. Shit. With the key inserted and twisted, the darkroom shudders briefly. Well, the darkroom shudders briefly before the metal door finally starts to slide open. And we see the SWAT team aiming their guns at us. We're greeted by the sight of our teacher looking very haggard, his brow slick with sweat and holding some strange black rod. Olivia reels back at the sight of the odd baton. Thanks for saving us, Mr. Idakin. Don't thank me just yet. I'm gonna use this on you now. I'm gonna need an explanation for all of this. So is Principal Scalar, for that matter. He steps aside and motions us out of the elevator with a wave of broad stick. Come along now. Give the janitors some time to take care of the mess. Sorry, I'm looking at something. That's odd. Holy shit. Looks like Maya tried to destroy everything within her reach in the hallway. On the ceiling, a pipe is leaking water intended for fountains and toilets. A group of dinos in overalls around the corner looking absolutely pissed. Our teacher waves at them and begins escorting us to his room. All the adrenaline is fading now, and I can feel the acute pain in my arm. Olivia's hand reaches back behind her head to the arm that she grabbed, and her fingers delicately loop around the spot. Aw. She looks back, her mouth shut tight, but her sympathetic eyes telling me she's sorry. I nod back with a comforting smile. Sure, it hurt, but I knew she didn't mean it. I'm sure if Maya caught us, it would have hurt even more. But then again, she'd go to jail, so... We look forward again to the door of Ideken's classroom. Olivia sighed and resigned herself to her fate, to explaining everything to our teacher. Olivia looked ready to collapse. She had taken the better part of an hour explaining Maya's extortion in full detail to Mr. Ideken. I grab Olivia's canteen and hand it to her. She greedily chugs the entire thing, gasping after and rubbing her sore throat. My throat's getting sore from all this talking. It was hard to get a read on what the teacher was thinking. His brow was furrowed, his fingers steepled, his palms sweaty, mom's spaghetti, and he was muttering to himself. Finally, with a deep sigh, he stands from his desk and looks at the exhausted girl. I had a feeling something was going on, but to this extent. You should have come forward sooner. I know, but we're here now, aren't we? Fair point. Still, I'm concerned that you thought nobody would notice. I didn't think anybody would care to look. Those assignments go through dozens of eyes, you know. What do you mean? Your style, Olivia. I saw it from a mile away, and I was just waiting for you to talk to me. You knew? Why didn't you say anything? I wanted it to come from you. Isn't that right, Mr. Feather? That's right. Don't worry, I'm not going to lecture you. After Jesus knows you've had enough of that already. You two did well for yourselves, though. I'm proud of that. All we did was run away from Maya. Mr. Ideken sighs, but not long after, he gently smiles at us. What matters is that you two found strength in each other and reached out for help. With what we have on Maya now, we can justify watching her like a hawk from now on. Or like a pterodactyl. Anybody else she was harassing ought to thank you. Are you sure she's actually gonna get in trouble for this? Oh, she's gonna be expelled. At this point, we'd look bad if we didn't punish Maya for this kind of behavior. That's a relief. You two, on the other hand, you're also being punished. Come on, you two can hunker here until school clears out. You sure? You were gonna stay after, like, always, anyways. What? You were going to stay after, like, always, anyways, right? Those two words together did not feel... I don't know, it just doesn't look right to me. You're going to stay after... It should have been just like you were going to stay after anyways, right? Or you were going to stay after, like, always, right? Or you were just going to stay after, like, always anyway, right? I don't know. You guys can debate on that. Correct me. I've just never seen something like this. Yeah. The loud noise makes me stumble to the floor. Mr. Ideken! Whoops. Ideken looks at the device in his hand. Is that a taser? There's a piece of tape on it with something written on it. Estrus Protocol? Anyway, I'm going to run and get some things done. I'm gonna have to look that up. I think I did before, and it has something to do with something lewd. A reoccurring period of sexual receptivity and fertility in many female mammals. Oh boy. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. Well, that's smart. That's smart to have that on hand at school. The fuck? Okay, anyway. They're going to want my account on paper pretty soon. May as well knock it out of the way. With no care at all, Mr. Idakin chucks the electric weapon into his desk before turning to his doorway. Now, is he gonna get in trouble for that, or what? Oh. Don't burn the place down, alright? Hey, Olivia, you want to play with this? No! Alone, I go sit near the back of the classroom. Looking out the window, I finally let out a huge sigh I've been holding in. Olivia rolls over to join me, and surprisingly, she's smiling. You were right, Anko. Hmm? I could trust him. We sit in silence, just looking out the window. When school lets out, we watch the crowd of students going home. I don't see Maya in the crowd, but that doesn't matter. I think despite it all, Olivia's life is going to be just a bit easier after today. While the students trickled out of school, Olivia took the chance to unwind. I figured it'd be best to let her rest, as I saw her drooping eyelids finally shut. She looked cute, just napping idly in her wheelchair. Except for the weird bellowing. Oh! It was like a snore, except I could feel it vibrating through the floor. Oh! With the clouds hiding the sun and the classroom's lights turned off, I could do with some shut-eye too. But I can't bring my eyes closed. Instead, I look out the window. The layer of clouds overhead steadily grow more dense, casting a darker shade on everything. You could say 50 shades. Light raindrops prick against the glass. Crap, I really should have brought my umbrella. As a few minutes go by, they roll closer and closer, blocking out the sunlight. If Olivia were awake, she'd think it was pretty neat. Yeah, it's pretty neat. I look back to her. Maybe I could nap too. Just a little. 1 week later. What was... Oh. My eyes are drawn up to the heavy clouds in the sky. In moments, the glass of the window is assailed by numerous heavy droplets of rain. They came down, were like kapuya, kapuya. Holy moly. Holy moly, Mr. I. For Idakin. The trees outside are blowing... The trees outside are blowing almost aggressively. Several small branches are stripped away in the torrential downpour. An umbrella wouldn't help with this. Yeah. Huh? Hmm? What? My phone's blaring an alarm. So is Olivia's. Instructions to shelter in place for several hours. Classroom doors thrust open quickly. Mr. Ideken is back, panting hard and his clothes are drenched. He takes our moment of surprise to compose himself as best he can. Ahem. Sorry about that. The faculty is doing a sweep of the campus right now. Apparently there's a monsoon scare right now. Monsoon? Does that happen here? Ideken gestures to his drenched outfit and out the window, as if to ask if Maya had clocked me in the head after all. Right. Are we gonna be alright? Oh, of course. Schools are designated shelters for worse disasters. If anything, you're safer here than at home. But the hallway outside is open, isn't it? I just finished putting the cover up. A cover? Just keep close to the wall, yeah? What do we do now? I mean, you have to worry. You're a gator girl. You love the water. Ideken shakes his phone at us. Check out this video of a kitty. My wife sent it to me. Shelter in place. Huddle down in the field position. Wait for the bomb to fall. We're all stuck in here for a few hours. Olivia reaches into her bag and pulls out her drawing book and a well-used pencil. Actually, why don't you use this time to catch up on some schoolwork? I'm sure you have some work from other classes still pending, and I can't think of a better time to tackle that than now. But today's been rough. Can't I do this or finish my nap instead? That's fine too, but aren't you falling behind grade-wise in some of your other classes? Maybe. Fine. I'll catch up on some of that work. Ideken gives a single nod and smiles. Slacker. Olivia puts away her drawing materials and instead pulls out a bulky mathematics book that's the size of a Bible, which she sets on the table with more force than necessary, followed by her notebook. With some hesitation on her part, Olivia sets herself to work. Meanwhile, I bring myself closer to her in case she wants some help with the work. After a few minutes, it's clear her mind and spirits isn't into the work one bit. She constantly visits, taps her pen on the table, and looks around the room and out the window. Eventually, she lets out a groan and slams her book shut. This sucks. Can I please do something else? Ideken, who had been busying himself with grading some paperwork, snaps up away from his work, looking at Olivia while rubbing his chin. His very flat chin. Well, there is one other thing you could help out with. I need to do a nude model painting. Okay, I'll go back to work. Would need both of your help with it. Could I even consider it a new extra assignment? What do you say? I don't know, today's been pretty rough on Olivia. Absolutely, I'll do it. Alright. Wonderful, it's back here. In the torture chamber. He starts walking to the back of the room and waits for the two of us to follow him. Oh, something in the dark room? Something in the mist. Oh man, I thought we wouldn't get to do anything in there until the last few weeks of the semester. Are we gonna be getting a head start on this section? Maybe we'll be making prints or learning about C41, and I honestly thought that said C4, and I'd be very concerned if they made that in school. Huh? Oh, Olivia's poking my back. Stop nerding out. Quit it with the cinematic gate, you're going too slow. Oops. That's basically what I said. I shake the excitement off and head into the dark room. Ideken holds the door open for the two of us to enter. Inside glows a vibrant crimson light. Idagon's suit appears to light up in the red lights, as does my shirt. How? Your shirt's blue. Dark blue. I've only actually been in a dark room once before. This is so cool. I clasp my hands together. So, what are we developing? This is an important job for just... This is an important job just for you. Alright, I'm ready for it. What am I developing? Your lower back. There's a click of a switch and the red lights switch to normal. Lights and properly illuminate the room. Oh, normal lights. There's boxes over there. I need one at each station around the room, but they're too heavy for me. A strapping young lad like you. If you can, of course. Legally, I can't make you do any of this. Though, I still do have this cattle prod. Okay, I'll do it. Do I at least get extra credit? You get one of the bag of chips I keep hidden in my desk. Fine. Nice. Haha, child labor. Come on, Olivia. We should clear the way for him. There's actually is something in the box we'll need in a bit. Alright, the two move back to the entrance and I'm faced with a myriad of boxes I'll have to carry. And we will carry them next time. Nice. Awesome. Alright, we're getting somewhere. Actually, like I said, got to one of my favorite scenes of Maya getting her comeuppance. And things start to get really deep, actually. Actually, I think, yeah, there is another cutscene that's going to happen pretty soon. That's also pretty impactful. And then things will start getting a little deep. I want to say we're about halfway done, maybe even more than half. I'd have to check. But I kind of want to like go to chapter select, but I don't want to like. I'm worried I'll like click on a further one and that'll spoil things. I don't want to do that. So, but yeah, I'm still enjoying this, and I really hope you guys are too. So, thank you guys so much for. Oops. Thank you guys so much for joining me on this. If you guys like what you saw, please take a nice big bite out of that follow button. And until next time, you guys have a wonderful night. Sleep tight, and don't let the vampires bite.